For those misogynists out there, I come bearing grave news. A little while ago, there was a screenshot that circulated around, and the rumor was said that there would be women in Stalker 2. For those of us that are diehard fans, veterans of the original games, you would know that we've never seen women at all, ever. So, this is a pretty huge deal. As I've said in my other videos, I like to expand my sources and get my knowledge from different areas, as one should. Recently, I've made the pilgrimage to 4chan's SG, and then to Devach's SG, which is entirely Russian. Yeah, actually, I'm not 100% on this, I just know that's the dominant language, apparently. But there was a screenshot posted there today. Presumably, gameplay videos were posted in the thread because quite recently, journalists, I don't know, had some gag order lifted or something. Basically, there's a bunch of gameplay surfacing now, I'm assuming as we're getting closer to November 20th. GSC's like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. Release your gameplay videos, talk about whatever you want, go ham, right? But somebody noticed something. As the post reads, some Nina in the subtitles. Women in the zone confirmed. Now, of course, this is all speculation, but it wasn't like the original photo we saw wasn't any better. It's not a giant leap to say one is more a confirmation than the other. But I'm pretty sure we are already coming towards this point anyway. Long gone are the days of exclusion, and now we usher into a day of inclusion. What does that mean? That means hopefully we get more characters from a different variety of areas. Probably more than one gender, right? Some of you might say, oh, Feedwater, you're a fucking retard. You're really basing this off of something you got from an image board? Well, it's not, it's as usable as any other source, to be honest. Regardless of where you'd find this, the info is still disputable. It's still up for debate until GSC themselves say, oh, this is what we're adding, this is what we're doing. And anyway, any other game, this wouldn't really be big news, okay? But for Stalker, the 3 games that we've never had women. So it's a pretty big deal. It may even be something to look forward to. It could be worrying somewhat for those that say, oh, strong, independent female characters, right? But I really don't think it's going to go that way. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure whatever they decide to do, I think they know what they're doing and it'll work out. So I don't think they're doing things just for the sake of doing things. To be honest, that'd be really stupid. A lot of people are saying that they want to make Stalker 2 their biggest and most casual game, I suppose, to get better sales and, recoup the losses that they've made. But I don't think it's going to go down like that. An anonymous poster replied saying, most likely, this is a flashback, judging by the text. Maybe an evacuation, which I suppose that's an interesting way of looking at it. And nothing is off the table right now, so that very well could be. Whether or not GSC is actually going to approach it from this angle, we will see for sure. After all, there's a lot of factors we should take into consideration for a revival of a series that has been dormant for 14, 15 years now, right? Anything is on the table. And anything should be on the table. If they feel it's the right move to make, let them make it. And if the worst should come to pass, GSC is working with modders right now that they've recruited from the original games to work on Stalker 2 to begin with. But after the release, We can do anything that we deem necessary. Not we, I'm not part of the modding community, but you know what I mean, right? The community as a whole. We can do whatever fixes we need. We can do whatever we need to do to make the game playable. If for some reason it is not playable, some people don't like that it's on Unreal Engine. They think it should have stuck to X-Ray. But we're in a modern world now. We're in modern gaming. Stalker 2 is supposed to be a AAA game, so we're just gonna have to see how it pans out. Maybe with all of this footage being released and journalists getting into the fray, maybe we'll even see something about women in the next few weeks, We've already seen some major characters already, but maybe it was intended to be a secret. I'm sure there's some things GSC doesn't want us to know, and want to remain secret until the release so that players can discover it themselves. Not to throw stones here, but they haven't always been the best at making choices. For example, like the NFT fiasco, but that can be explained away as them not having a publisher at that point in time and desperately needing funding. However, I'm of the train of thought that it really shouldn't have happened, but I do understand why it happened. Thankfully, they do have Microsoft as a backer now, so we should definitely be seeing that game. An open mind should be kept going forward, especially for those of us that are used to the older games, used to just this point in time where nothing is changed. You can't stay in the past forever, unfortunately. Time moves on, and so do trends with it. As we get further and further to release, I'm absolutely sure they will remove whatever they deem necessary, and keep whatever they deem necessary. I believe the Stalker 2 that we will get, it may have bugs, it may need patches. What game doesn't by this point? We're not in the era of GameCube where you just release a game and absolutely everything about it has to be fixed by the time it releases. Here's to a Stalker 2 that represents the absolute best of our interests and catapults gaming to a whole new level. As always, if I've missed anything, neglected anything, or just straight up ignored something, please let me know. That's all. I'm out. See you all on November 20th.